First, it was Minnesota, and now independent journalist Nick Shirley is hitting the streets of California in a new video that was released this week, digging into potential daycare fraud in the Golden State.
Can we enroll a child into the daycare?
You don't know what's going on.
Well, it says there's 14 children enrolled here on the state of California.
Well, then there's California's Medi-Cal program, which covers hospice care in the state. Now, over the past 5 years, you'll see here, Medi-Cal's annual budget has soared. It is now projected to be over $200 billion with a B. But despite all that money spent, Nick says that some buildings were left totally empty.
Let's see if Grandma could check herself into this one. I'm just trying to be a good grandson. We're knocking the door, no one's coming. We look inside the window. Empty building.
We reached out to several entities that Nick investigated. Some just totally hung up, others didn't answer at all, and we did hear back from California Governor Gavin Newsome's team, who referred us to his post on the press office's X page, which read like this: "Wow, Nick Shirley finds potential fraud in Donald Trump's federal Medicare system. Gavin Newsome imposed a moratorium on new hospice licenses beginning in 2021. Well, Newsome's own state's Department of Health, it's the healthcare services, I should say, is in charge of monitoring medical fraud. And just last night, that department reached out to us with a statement reading in part, quote, "California continues to take decisive action regarding hospice fraud. The department remains firmly committed to protecting medical members, strengthening oversight, and ensuring that taxpayer dollars are used appropriately." Well, with that, independent journalist Nick Shirley joins me now. Nick, I watched the entire 40-minute video. I saw when you pulled up to a supposed daycare center and you found young children alone. And you kept saying, "Where's the worker here with you? Where's the daycare leader?" And there was no one there. Were these kids totally alone? Did you ever find an adult there?
Yes, at that daycare, those kids were completely alone.
How old were they?
Completely alone, and it's. I imagine they're between the ages of 5 to 8 years old. They're completely alone, and keep in mind, they're able to have these daycares in like these apartment complexes in the neighborhoods. These aren't like the daycares where you'd be sending your kids to. These are people who are taking money for government subsidies to collect to fund their lifestyles.
Yeah, that's unbelievable. And I felt like I was watching a rerun of Minnesota, except no, wait, this was totally different state. It was California. Gavin Newsom has said, "You're hyping massive fraud and you came up empty." What do you say in response to that?
Well, just go ahead and watch the video. I mean, these hospice owners are driving around $100,000, $200,000 cars. The people in the video even say that there is fraud happening. And then you go to a place where they've received over $1 million in funding, and there's nothing to show.
Yeah, well, you found a defender in Democratic Senator John Fetterman. I want to play that. Watch this.
Why can't you celebrate any journalist or any, activist doing that? And what, Governor Newsom put out a disgusting video implying that he's, a pedophile or he's that. Like, why? That's like kind of a smear. Shouldn't we agree? Eliminate all the waste.
What do you make of that? John Fetterman defending your work there.
Yeah, it's awesome. I think John Fetterman, he's one of the Democrats that has common sense. And Gavin Newsom, he had the opportunity to say, "Okay, thank you for exposing this fraud. Now let's go down and crack down on it." Instead, he comes after the person for exposing the fraud. It's not too hard to say fraud is bad, let's fix it. And that's what Fetterman is saying. He said it's bad anywhere. If I were to go to any state in America, you'd be able to find fraud. It just so happens to be that a large portion of this fraud is taking place in Democrat-ran cities and states.
Yeah, we're seeing it now. There's a national fraud commission that's looking into this. You posted this after your video hit. You said, "After last night and the constant doxing attempts and threats from people who want to attack me, largely due to politicians and leftist hate-filled rhetoric as I expose billion-dollar fraud schemes stealing from taxpayers, I've decided it's time to raise money for security costs." What happened?
Yeah, so people try to dox my location live, especially, and a lot of times when I go to these cities now, it sucks because I'll go to a city, I'll go be out filming, someone will take a photo, some activists, some left-wing activists will then take a photo, put me in a Reddit group chat, This happened to me in Baltimore. It just happened this last weekend in California. And they say, run Nick Shirley out, or they'll say, if you see Nick Shirley, it's on site. And so this has happened in multiple cities. Had money for security after Minnesota. That money went down to pretty much nothing. So unfortunately, I had to raise funds again to be able to have security to be able to out and go film these videos. To film one of these videos now, I used to be able to film these videos without security. Now it costs anywhere from, the last hospice video cost $15,000 to go film because I had to have security for 3 days to go film this video. And so it's extremely hard to go out and do that. So I asked my fans and viewers if they could help me out with those security costs.
Yeah, and they can find that information on your X page. A lot of people wonder, you're just in your 20s, how you do this. You're talking about Baltimore, California, Minnesota. I mean, Governor Walz said he's not running for office after your explosive reporting hit. And I have a soundbite I want to play. It's your background and what makes Nick Shirley, Nick Shirley. Let's play it.
I started making videos more politically based after I had returned back from a 2-year mission for my church, and I had $0. So when I came home back from that trip, I worked for an entire month. I power washed houses, and my goal was to make $10,000 in cash. And so I took that $10,000 in cash and used that to funnel my YouTube channel for the first 3 months until I could actually make a profit. Even when I went on my mission trip, I was still making videos, interviewing people about Jesus in Spanish.
So your faith has motivated you, hasn't it?
Yeah, and more so than anything, it's kept me on the straight and narrow, and it's kept me on a good path to be able to go do what I want to do.
Well, love learning about your background. It's extraordinarily impressive, making consequential change in your young 20s. Thanks so much, Nick Shirley. Well, President.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.